Welcome back to the Kickback
with Day and Gabe, episode 3.
And today we're here to talk to you all about mental wellness.
But before we dive into this very serious topic today, babe, what do you have on?
So this is actually a traditional tie shirt. We got that tie silk on today. And it's considered very, we say rip roar, super monk, very formal attire.
And we're actually recording from our house today. And it's the day after our 3rd year anniversary being married.
Yes. Happy 3 years to us for episode 3.
Okay, so the reason why I felt it was so important to talk about mental wellness on one of our episodes is because I know, especially in the Black community, there's a lot of stigma around mental wellness, around depression, around seeking therapy. A lot of people may have heard, therapy is a white people thing, or, depression is a sign of weakness.
That's for weak people, yeah.
So I really wanted to get into that because it's something I hold really near and dear to my heart.
Absolutely.
And so we're just going to start off with Gabe kind of sharing, a testimony about some of the things that can happen when you don't take care of yourself.
So back when I was teaching high school English back in Denver, Colorado, I was very stressed out. It was my first year being married, first year working at an alternative school, and I did not have a healthy work-life balance. And so I just had a lot going on, and I wasn't taking care of myself the way that I normally do. And I had been dehydrated, for an extended period of time, to the point where it was like at least a month of severe dehydration. It caught up with me. Eventually, I got delirium, where I suffered temporary blindness. And I even blacked out, They had to take me to the hospital. And we in our first year married, so that's very scary. And I don't even remember this, but she's just telling me I was, pushing and shoving the nurses and the police officers when they were trying to calm me down, and they had to shoot me with horse tranquilizers. And then I came to, and I don't know how long I was out for. In America, it's like we're just so big on work, and we go from one tragedy to the next tragedy to the next tragedy, and we got, don't let them see you sweat, don't let them see what you're going through. But it's just and eventually that stuff will catch up to you, and if it's not dealt with, it will manifest itself in illness, whether mental illness, physical illness,
And just some other consequences that can happen when you're not taking care of yourself. A lot of diseases that are basically linked to inflammation in the body.
Yeah.
Inflammation in the body. So heart disease, stroke.
Ulcerative colitis.
People suffering seizures. I know for me, when I'm not taking care of myself, I get very irritable, when I get really angry. And just very pessimistic. I'm not as positive. I start to forget to, just be grateful for anything. And especially to my ladies out there, I'm hearing more and more often Black women suffering from fibroids and cysts on their ovaries. And a lot of those things are stress induced. Our disease is really just dis-ease of the spirit. And so when you're not taking care of mind, body, and soul, that will start to manifest physically. We just wanted to talk about, some tools.
Our favorite tools that we use.
That we incorporate in our lives, that maybe you can incorporate into your lives. And we're definitely open to hearing what you guys are doing to manage your mental health care. And so I think I'm really big on taking mental health days from work. I look at that as just any other, sick day. So a lot of us are really stressed out. I saw it was like a meme or a quote that was floating around a few months ago. A lot of us are stressing over a job that will replace us, within a week after we die from that job. So mental health days from work,
For sure.
Another thing I like to do is my daily gratitude list. So my mornings are really important to me. Gabe knows about that.
Sacred time.
So I like to start off with doing my yoga, my meditation. I have my meditative music going. I like to write out the gratitude list, and I see how that changes my day. And I see how people, treat me. I see how I'm more patient with others. So I just do a daily gratitude list for things as simple as I'm thankful for water. I write it down. I'm thankful for us having a 7-Eleven in our community.
For sure.
And then just eating, food that is nourishing for my body, that, gives me the fuel I need. So like fresh fruits, raw vegetables, and lots of water.
My favorite ones are to just take a break from your environment. If you live in the city, take a break out to the country. If you live in the country, take a little staycation into the city, just to switch it up, to regroup, reset. And the next, I will definitely say reading and writing, dive into your sanctified self-interest and reflect on some of the thoughts that pop into your mind as you're reading these different texts and different genres. And that's one of the benefits about being in the Peace Corps. I've had a lot of time to read, a lot of time to be introspective and reflective, and I've been able to see a lot of deep and hidden things that have been in my heart that I just buried, that I wanted to just sweep under the rug and move on and act like it didn't really impact me. And so being in the Peace Corps, and just being out in nature really has allowed me to have a lot of time to be like, to see cause and effects in my own life. And then lastly, I definitely say faith. Ask God to show you, hey, what's the worst in me? That way I can work, research ways to improve that, and so we'll never be perfect, but always getting better, always striving for excellence. And remember, you're not alone. There's 1,000 people who have been through what you've been through. That's why reading is so important. And don't be too prideful or even be embarrassed, and think that, oh man, I had this thought, or I wish I never did that. Hey, we've all made mistakes. And you're not alone. I think that's the biggest thing when it comes to mental illness. You're not alone and you're suffering. And there's people here, there's people there that do want to help you.
And so with that said, we're definitely going to drop some resources and the link to our video.
Check it out.
I think, it helps when there's someone who looks like you if you are seeking counseling and therapy. And I know, like, as a Black woman, it is hard to find another Black woman to counsel me. So I will drop a link for that. Remember to subscribe to my blog. I recently did a blog about the stigma of mental wellness, healthcare, depression. Remember to follow Women Wellness, and, reach out if, I am not a licensed therapist. However, I'm willing to direct you to the resource. I'm willing to make you the appointment. I know I'm not in the States right now, but when I get there, if we're in the same city, I will drive you to the appointment or ask someone to take you to that appointment. You can go to church and also go to therapy. I just want to be open and say that I've gone to therapy. I've gone to therapy here in Thailand.
We've gone together.
We've gone to therapy as together, and when we get back, we intend to make therapy and counseling a regular part of our lives, even when things are going right.
Always growing, people.
So there's nothing wrong with the T word therapy or the D word, depression. We just don't want you to sit in that place for too long.
Don't do it.
Yeah, today's episode is short and sweet, and so we want to thank you all for continuing to tune in. Remember to click that Remember to click the subscribe button.
Yeah, and thank you for your comments and your questions. Shout out to Paige in Georgia,
Atlanta.
Yeah,
Paige B. Yeah,
and what did she ask us about, baby?
So Paige had tuned into our channel, and she is interested in the Peace Corps. She's wrapping up, I believe, her undergrad degree in art, and she wants to join the Peace Corps, and she's really interested in teaching art to students abroad somewhere. However, her parents really want her to go into the military, and so she doesn't feel like she'll have their support. So she asked us
negotiation. How can we persuade them that, hey, Peace
Some
Corps
advice.
is still if you're concerned about career, Peace Corps still has great career opportunities. If you're concerned about safety, which is a valid concern for any parent or any loved one, right? There are measures in place to meet those needs. And so it's never perfect, but, so shout out to Paige. Thank you for reaching out, man.
Yeah, we appreciate it. We were so excited to get our first question. So wrap up now.
God
Sending you
bless,
much love and light, and we just appreciate you all so much.
Peace.
Peace.